Hello everyone, my name is Catherine Ledesma Valdez and my NSU ID number is N02022900. First of all, I want to thank the Committee on Admissions at Nova Southeastern University College of Healthcare Sciences Occupational Therapy Program. So I'm going to start with question number one. It says, many students look for careers in which they can help others and make a difference in their lives. Why do you choose occupational therapy, and what do you think makes occupational therapy unique? Well, all my passion began when my mom got back surgery 4 years ago. She had PT and OT for full recovery. So at that time, I didn't know that much about OT. So since both of them kind of overlap, I went online and tried to look for some more information and find the difference. So I understood then that PT focuses more on improving individuals' ability to perform movement in the human body, and OT focuses more on improving independence and life skills of an individual who may have any kind of impairment due to a physical or neurological problem. So thanks to the OTs, my mom was able to go back to work, and she was able to do simple daily life activities such as brushing her teeth, dressing, putting her pants, and putting her shoes too. So that was very special for me because I got to see my mom happy again and living her life at the fullest. Also, the other thing that made me love and go towards OT was actually the volunteer hours. I had the experience to volunteer at Baptist Hospital and some other clinics, private clinics in pediatrics. While I was at the Baptist Hospital, I had the opportunity to see all type of patients, which I think that that's the uniqueness of this profession, that you have a very high spectrum of working settings, because you can either work at inpatient or outpatient care, or you can work at a school, at a hospital, at a home care facility, or at a private clinic. Also, the lifespan of the patients, you can either work with little kids and through adults. I had to see I had the experience to see adults at Baptist Hospital. They had with many different type of disabilities or problems, such as they had knee and hip replacement, shoulder surgery, strokes. Because I saw all the OTs every day doing their best and teaching their patients how to put their pants. So I remember how the OT would say the patient to put the bad leg first and then the good one, so they could have more mobility in order to put the clothes on or the pants. And some people with strokes, how to brush their teeth. In the case of the kids, I saw kids with autism, ADHD, and some developmental disorders. And also, I had the opportunity to see them at the gym doing some exercises in the sensory room, cutting, drawing, those type of activities that help them to enhance their fine motor skills. I remember this little kid, he was playing a game with a therapist trying to enhance her social and communication skills, and he asked me to join the game. And at the end of the game, he just came to me and hugged me. That was a very special moment for me because I didn't expect that from that little sweetheart. And I can imagine how rewarding must be for the therapist to receive those smiles and those hugs at the end of the therapy every day. So that's the reason why I really love OT, and that's what I would like to do the rest of my life. Question number two, What led you to believe that Nova Southeastern University was the right place for your occupational therapy education? Well, I found out a year ago about Nova University because a friend of mine told me about the program. She was studying dental. She was in dental school, but she told me that she had a friend that it was in the program. So I straight went online to find out more. And I want to thank Lashay White, one of the admissions counselors there, that she replied to every single email and every single question that I had. She was there for me, and I was able to go to the faculty thanks to the backstage pass and meet all the faculty members and be in one of the classroom, especially on the adults. I was there shadowing through the backstage pass, and I learned about transitions. They were learning about how to move from the bed to the wheelchair, and from the wheelchair back to the from the wheelchair to the tab, and backwards. So I believe that this is a very practical activity because students get to role play and do a therapist and patients, and they had the opportunity to practice and learn all the safety precautions to keep in mind when doing those transitions with the patient. I love that class, and that was something that reaffirmed myself. That's what I want to do. And then going through the university, I love the 3D printing that you have on the library. I think that it will help the students to learn more, be more creative when studying, and also to enhance fast learning, especially for those students human anatomy. I love the curriculum that you guys have too. I love the field work because I believe that once you're done with those 2 years of intensive study, you get to practice in the field work what you just had learned in the 2 previous years. And yes, Nova definitely, just because of that and all the community service that they have and the commitment with the community is something that I really love as the missions and values of the university. Nova is a place where I want to be, and I want to pursue my master's and further my doctorate degree. Moving on to question number 3. Tell me about a time you had to be resourceful. What are the obstacles you had to overcome and the resources you used? Well, for me, the main obstacle has been when I came to United States. I'm from Cuba, born and raised there. So English is my second language. So for me, the most challenging moment was facing the language, how to communicate, and how to keep going with my studies. I was studying psychology back there in Cuba. So I had to start from the scratch here, and that was very difficult. And mainly when my mom got back surgery, I was a full-time student. I had a full-time job as well, and I had to deal with the situation of my mom being in the hospital and my little sister that she was with me at home. I almost failed one of my classes because it was a very intense moment, but I believe that thanks to my dedication and my hard work, I didn't give up. I never gave up, never, and I always looked forward for superation and to achieve my goals. And I think that that's a resource that I always used, and that's the reason why I'm here today talking to you guys. Question number 4. You are working as a volunteer or nursing home. You're wheeling the steam tray table down the hall after dinner. Ahead of you, you see a nursing assistant escort resident into his room and close the door. As you pass the room, you hear a raised voice and believe it to be a nursing assistant. What would you do and why? Well, what I would do is call to my immediate supervisor so he can take care of that situation. Since I'm a volunteer, I'm not allowed to go into certain places. And every time that I'm gonna get into a room, I have to knock on the door first and introduce myself, so that makes the patient feel more comfortable and safe, because we need to keep up with the HIPAA and privacy terms at every place. That's something that I learned about this hospital while I was doing my volunteer hours. Then if no one is available, there's no supervisor and no one with more authority than me, I guess that I would knock on the door, right? To see what is going on. Question number 5 and the last one. Please tell us about something. Please tell us something about yourself that distinguishes you as an applicant to our program. Well, I can say that I'm a very dedicated, optimistic, committed, caring, and creative person, and that's something that I can demonstrate you guys. My last 2 semesters at FIU pursuing my bachelor's, I had the ability to keep up with work, with school, with my observation hours. That was very difficult to get in, and also I was able to be placed in the dean's list for the last 2 consecutive semesters. So that's something I'm very proud of, and I'm very happy for that. For me, it was a great achievement throughout all the consistency, and also dedication. I work at Wells Fargo. I'm a teller there. Has nothing to do with the health field, but every time that I go to work, I choose the handicap line, which takes care of the elder people and some other people with disabilities. So I show my empathy, and I take all the time and all the patients to help them out throughout their transactions, to make them feel happy. Because I have particular and a special admiration for the elder people, because my grandfather, he was the love of my life, I can say. He passed away when I before coming to United States, but every time that I see young old people, it reminds me of him, and I treat them with so much admiration, with love and respect, and I would do anything for them. So that's something that defines me. That's my personality. I'm a very patient person. I always try to empathize and put on the other person's shoes, and I'm a fighter. I work hard for the things that I want, and that's the reason why I'm here. I want to be a great OT, and I want to help people, and I really want to make the difference, not only your program, but also into the community. I want to help until the maximum as I can, and yeah, that's what really distinguished me from other applicants. And lastly, I can speak 2 languages. My national language is Spanish, and secondary English. So that's something that could help out the community more, especially for those Hispanic people. Well, thank you very much. Thank you for your time, and I hope you see you soon. So it's really been a pleasure to be doing this video for you. Thank you. Bye.